everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I actually just want to make a quick video, something I've wanted to do for the last week since it happened, but I think I mentioned myself and I talked about the Zion Williamson saga, in which there has been some positive developments, but not so much I want to talk about that. I just want to more talk about the successful season that the Pelicans had. And honestly, it's something that you can write in a book that would be a real good a bestseller. You're talking about a team that started 1-12. They were left for dead. Did not have much expectations to them, and it just seemed really grim, especially with the Zion Williamson saga. And then all of a sudden, there was just some things that clicked. You know, I think that obviously you could tell that the players really bought into what Willie Green, the head coach, was selling. They started playing together more, and they really started to figure it out. This was a very young team. Even with the veterans that were on there, they were still only a few seasons in the league. They never really had much success in the NBA, and they had to learn how to succeed. And yeah, they finished up 36 and 46, but there were some major steps that they've taken, obviously culminating in taking the best team in the NBA, the Phoenix Suns, to 6 games in the first round, which is really, really impressive. But obviously, a lot of it wouldn't have happened had the Pelicans not traded for CJ McCollum. Having that veteran leadership who's had some playoff success, who has leadership. I believe he's the president of the Players Association for the NBA. So if you have that type of respect around the league, then he's gonna get the attention in a young locker room like the Pelicans. And it turned out to be the best thing that could happen for the Pelicans. Because even when they were getting better, they lacked the offensive firepower outside of Brandon Ingram when he was healthy. Now that you add CJ McCollum into the mix, it definitely created a lot more troubling situations for opposing defenses. And so you had that going on, and then you just had possibly one of the best rookie classes in recent NBA memory. You have Trey Murphy drafted 17th overall, Herb Jones looking like the biggest steal of the draft, drafted 35th overall, and then Jose Alvarado, who wasn't even drafted and didn't really come along until I think in February, if I'm correct. I think he started playing some minutes in January, but it was like garbage minutes, but then he started getting more serious minutes in February. And them just meshing, learning their ways in the NBA. Now, I will say, Herb Jones, basically, once he got on the floor, he kept his minutes. He was a starter from game 2 on. And you can tell he was always a positive player on the floor with his defense. There's a whole thing created in New Orleans called Not on Herb. You do that for a second round rookie, and that's just pretty impressive. And then Jose Alvarado, just an absolute pest defensively, kind of like a folk hero in the city now. Chance of Jose and everything. Basically, he's like another Patrick Beverly. He's the next coming of Patrick Beverly. A pest on defense who can make some shots here and there offensively to keep him on the floor. Trey Murphy, who has the highest upside, finally started to get some real minutes on the floor on the NBA and really, really started to have some positive impact when he got to near the play-in games and then into the postseason. In fact, he was possibly the highest in terms of like real plus minus. I believe he was actually the biggest plus minus or the biggest positive player in the entire Pelicans team, which says a lot, by the way. And the biggest thing about this that's scary is the fact that this is a very young team, A, but mainly Zion didn't even play a single minute of basketball this past season. And with the exit interviews saying that he can't sign the extension fast enough, all this type of stuff, I don't think it will be an easy extension negotiation because again, he played 85 games across 3 seasons. So you have to really think about you have to really kind of tone it back and you have to think about adding some sort of injury protections as a team if you're the Pelicans, very, very similar to what the Sixers did with Joel Embiid. So I think that's the way the Pelicans are going to try to go, and we'll see if Zion takes it. I have a hard time believing that he does. Um, at least right now, I think he will get the extension no matter if it's this offseason or if he goes into restricted free agency, someone else tries to offer it to him, and then the Pelicans basically match it. Um, I think that's really the only thing that will happen, but I do think it will be very interesting to see. And because of the AD trade to the Lakers a few years ago, and the Lakers really, really falling flat this year, and possibly one of the biggest disappointments in NBA history, the Pelicans right now, before the draft lottery, have the eighth pick. So they can get even younger by drafting a guy straight out of college. I don't know who. It depends. It obviously also depends on where that pick falls. It can stay at 8. It can drop to 9. It has a 6% chance of being the first overall pick. So there's a lot of very good. The future is very, very bright for the Pelicans, the city, and obviously the team. But the city has really bought into this iteration of the Pelicans. I'm really excited, and I thought it was a great experience. I was able to go to Game 3 of the series against the Phoenix Suns. Even though they lost that game, it was a very, very memorable experience that I'll always remember. And I hope that, and I just hope that they keep just getting better and better, because I think they're honestly just a Zion Williamson away from being not just a playoff team, but being a championship contending team. So that's all I really have for you today. It's really just kind of like a big praise to the Pelicans, and just expressing my gratitude for this team, expressing my excitement for this team, and that's really about it. Definitely, I would like to hear what you guys have to say about the Pelicans in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.
Handle that thing very carefully. It's pointy.
Double kill. We have the ball.
An ally has slain the carrier.